Hi, my name is Alakananda Mukerji. I teach at Manhattanville. This is my latest show at Blue Mountain Gallery. This show is about my journey of last 25 years and 2025, what I have been doing. Mostly these are some sketches, drawings, woodcuts, oil painting, and acrylic. Watercolors are also there. This painting here, I was walking in Manhattan, actually downtown Manhattan. I saw several lights through the buildings, which was very interesting for me. And I went home and I started that painting. It was my first painting, so I put it at the first number of 2025. And then this one is more my self-portrait, which I saw myself at some point in 2025, really stuck in one place, thinking a lot about what is happening in the world around us and how we are reacting with that, and how our teaching is impacting with some of those news um, and activities. And that made me think more about myself and my journey. This one is more about coffee shop that I was having coffee with my son, and I was thinking more about a light on his face when I spoke to him about travel that we'll do and look at and talk about migration and how migration actually brings also good things to us. It's not always about sadness or bad experience. It's also brings some light to community, to people, and we always, when we move from one place to another place, we actually create a new community which is always with us. And this one is also mother and child, which I am always very attached to that subject. I was very close to my mom, and also I felt like, that most of the time when all this news that I was listening in 2025, it was most of the time about a mother and a child. A child left a toy back home, and the mother is trying to drag her somewhere else, and the baby wants to go back to her toys. All that, those kind of stories were coming back and forth, and I was thinking that maybe at one point I should work more, like Mother Mary and then other mothers and their children.
This one is about my childhood actually, where I'm thinking a lot about how I started my art or journey. And at one point, there were no lights most of the time of the day in India where I was growing up. And but I wanted to draw and paint. So I used to hide under the bed with a street light coming through. And there's a cat there to draw and paint almost all night because next morning I wanted to show that, discuss with other friends or professors, and that came back to me now all of a sudden, and I started thinking a lot about those days, but thinking that maybe that was the starting point of my drawing
more often, and hiding those drawings just for myself. Yeah. Or and this one is a street that I just visited in Kolkata. I didn't know this street at all. Um, I saw this street was like full of lights and trees, uh, which was like the moonlight was going through and sunlight was going through the trees, and it was almost like the entire landscape was watercolor. And I had to come back and paint that. These are more like migration, and so at one point I was going through a lot of problems, thinking about all these other people migrating, myself, and many of my friends, where they are now and how their life changed because of different cultural activities, different things in their life, and changing from one place to another place. And my friends most of the time followed me where I went. And maybe I was very lucky because, that they followed me, or they found some kind of inspiration there where they were following me. So this is about those that I found, that friendship, that community around me. And then these ones are there. There are many. This is about New York. I was in Brooklyn doing some campaign for new mayor, and then these are more streets and houses of Brooklyn. I did some drawing in downtown Manhattan. So those are some of the drawings. And these are like children playing on the sand, where it was also in news where they were actually pretending that they are having food or lunch with sand, making food with sand.